Hello, my name's Dave Suckling and you're watching another episode of Fresh Off the Press English. Today we're talking about Nordic countries, happiness. It's Friday the 31st of August 2018. The news comes from NBC. The news is about the Nordic countries being happy or not happy. The people in countries like Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland, Holland. How happy are they? Let's look at the headline. Why Nordic countries might not be as happy as you think. Nordic. Nordic. Now, Nordic means coming from the north of Europe. So the northern countries of Europe. Not normally Ingor, not the UK, but Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Greenland, Finland, we all call Nordic countries. Usually they're quite cold countries. It's very cold there. Nordic. Northern Europe countries, but not the UK. Suggesting their reputations as utopias for happiness are masking significant problems for some parts of the population, especially young people. Reputations. Reputations. Now, your reputation is what people think about you. What do people think about you? What other people think about you is your reputation. So, most people think that Norway, Sweden, Denmark are very great countries to live in. We think that people in these countries are very happy. That is their reputation. They have a reputation for being happy countries. Utopias. Utopias. A utopia is the dream country. The perfect place to live is a utopia. The perfect society is a utopia. Research has found mental health to be one of the most significant barriers to subjective well-being. Mental health. Mental health is how healthy your mind is. Being able to make sense of the world, basically being happy. You know, are you happy? Can you be happy? Or are you sad in your mind? Your mental health. Barriers. Barriers. Now, a barrier is something that stops you from going forwards. It's a barrier. It's something that stops you from moving forwards. It stops you from going somewhere. It's a barrier. Subjective. Subjective. Now, if something is subjective, it means it's just what people think. It's just people's opinion. My opinion is subjective. It's different from your opinion. It's subjective. We have different opinions. Subjective. Ethnic minorities living in Nordic countries were less happy. Very religious people were more likely to be happier. Ethnic minorities. Ethnic minorities. Now, ethnic meaning small cultures. The small cultures. There's lots of different ethnicities, lots of different types of people with different cultures. Now, ethnic minorities. Now, a minority means small amount. So the groups of people who have their own culture, but there's not many of them, not many people. They are called an ethnic minority. A type of person who has their own culture, but there's not many of them in the country. They're not the most people. They're few people. Ethnic minorities. Let's look at the new words from the lesson. Nordic. Nordic. Reputations. Reputations. Utopias. Utopias. Mental health. Mental health. Barriers. Barriers. Subjective. Subjective. Ethnic minorities. Ethnic minorities. This is a good words for remembering. Write them down, and this is good to talk about happiness in countries, or when we talk about countries, we're always going to use words like ethnic minorities, subjective, reputations. Yeah, these are important words when we talk about our country. Interesting news from Nordic countries not being as happy as you think, maybe not so perfect. I still would love to go and live in Norway though. I think it's a beautiful country and we all have this idea that it's clean, but actually all these countries are very cold. I don't know if living in a cold country makes you happier. I don't know why. Why do we think that these northern European countries are happier? Is it money? Is it the weather? For me personally, the weather makes a big difference for how happy I am. How about you? Thank you for watching this episode of Fresh Off the Press English. I hope I can see you again tomorrow for another interesting news story from around the world. As always, don't be bored, be busy. Bye bye.